on to the main attraction here. So we are now less than a month away from Fantastic Four first steps.
Sorry, I was going to
That was nice. That was nice.
That was nice.
Add it in there. Okay.
And so one thing that, we'll probably have taken away after watching this new one is how does it compare to the past iterations of when they tried to do the Fantastic Four? And so we are all, kind of rewatching them in anticipation for that. And so we've turned back time 20 years now to 2005, the first Fantastic Four movie. And so we're going to just do like a little recap review of that and our thoughts. And so I can give a little bit of my thoughts because I literally just watched this yesterday. But I mean, just heavy nostalgia for me. I mean, it's the era of movies with Tobey Spider-Man, the X-Men, and I mean, obviously it's Fox, and so Fox had Fantastic Four and X-Men, and you just got like the same style. You can tell the imprint that the X-Men movies left, like their style and everything that left on Fantastic Four, because you get a lot of that same style, I would say, really in that, and so it's a lot of just like. I mean, I don't even know how to take it because it's all these like, weird one-liners, all this kind of stuff. But I'm like, was that the humor for that time? Or was I a little kid and found it funny and it just doesn't work now? And it's very like weird for me. But as far as like the movie itself, like I think the cast is amazing. They couldn't have done a better job casting the members of the four. The script is where it falls flat for me. I wish they got a better story and a better script for those four because the four actors playing the four characters of the Fantastic Four were done, I mean, perfectly for me. And then I'll get in more of like my complaints and stuff like that here in a minute. But if you guys have anything you want to say,
I think for one it'll be interesting too because like the whole idea of Fantastic Four, like everyone who's a Marvel fan knows how important that Fantastic Four is. But if you really take the idea and the concept of just like four like friends who have very different superpowers and you kind of put it together, it doesn't like, I don't think it works all the time. And for movie like stuff, like if no one knows anything about Fantastic Four, you don't know that Mr. Fantastic is a genius. Like stuff just doesn't work well with it. And so I think for that movie, it does a good job because it's just, they make it fun. They make all the power, like even that one, and I don't want to get in the second one because talk about that, but like they have fun with the powers a little bit. Obviously, like the biggest difference from now and how we're like gonna see Johnny Storm in this new one in First Steps, like is definitely like times have changed.
100%.
But Chris Evans was such a good part for
perfect. He was the best part of that movie.
He was so good for it, and so to see that, like it's just pure fun with a lot of it of him doing all the stunts with the bikes to the skiing
and going snowboarding.
And then you get a little taste of the action from that time period of like like you remember Charlie's Angels that came out around that time, like these like free shots and like slow motion stuff that's like unnecessary but like fun. Like I think it just matches that time period really well. And I think the finale is just boring, to be honest with you. The final fight is just like, oh my gosh, like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But
you have anything?
I don't have much. I mean, just an overview, quick overview. I mean, like I said, I didn't get to rewatch 2005 Fantastic Four. It's been forever. I tried to do a quick recap on it, but I do remember that final fight scene you were talking about. And then just the second one with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller. I always forget that got brought up with Jeremy J-Man. The J-Man. I was like, dude, I totally forgot about that one. The Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller.
That is going to be a pain to watch here.
I don't remember it very well.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I haven't watched it since. Yeah. And so when we do that recap here in a couple episodes, like we'll be fresh. I'm like, I'm somewhat like anticipated, like excited to watch it, but on the other hand, I'm like, dude, I'm not ready to sit through that.
It might be, but anyways, overall, like, dude, I'm excited for this one to come out. This feels like a real summer hit coming for us. String Juice coming to the Moore Warren Theater. We're gonna get it done, man. I'm just really excited. I'm really excited about. Oh, the only thing I really got to add. This is separate from just the movies by itself. Like, holy cow, we need a good credit scene. Like, you know what I mean? We need something good. We need something to happen. We need Doom to show up, Kang to show up, whatever. Doom or Kang, Doom Kang, and Kang. I don't know. I don't care. We need something. We need something right here, right now, because this Doomsday is coming, and we need a good credit scene. Give it to us now. Give us the threat. Give us the motivation to come and watch Doomsday. We are doomed. Anyways, that's all I got. Doomed. Yeah. I do have one more thing I want to add for you in the whole thing.
We don't even see Galactus like in it, right? Like it's just a cloud. Right.
Yeah, so this is obviously the next Fantastic Four movie. It's not in this one. So
I'm sorry. It's Doom. It's Doom. This.
This is Doom.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll touch on that. So like one of my things, like my takeaways from this, I said the cast was great. The Doom casting, it could have been better.
I don't like Doom. Yeah.
I don't like
Victor Von
Doom. And so one of my biggest takeaways in watching this movie is the entire movie is spent. Obviously, it's origin for Fantastic Four, and so you see them go up in space, get their powers, and come back and like figure them out. Have the whole, Tobey Maguire discovering the powers, all this, classic superhero stuff. But the entire rest of the movie is them trying to reverse what happened to themselves.
Yeah.
And Doom is almost like a subplot swept under the rug of that.
Who randomly just like
if you're going to do a story completely focused on them figuring out their powers and trying to get rid of them and reverse what happened, you can't throw Doctor Doom as the villain in that and have only one fight with him at the very end that was very anticlimactic. Have a C-level Fantastic Four villain be that and build up your Doom, because Doom was there with them at the beginning. So that definitely was a negative for me.
Yeah.
But as far as the four, I mean, that's the script that fell flat, and I wish the four deserved better because they were all great. I think Chris Evans stole the show. He was amazing. Like, one of my favorite lines is right when they first got their powers, and he's looking at the Thing for one of the first time. He's just like, "Where are your ears?"
Just staring at it.
I thought the Thing, I mean, for having a practical suit too, the Thing looked really good. But Johnny's great. I was watching it. Another thing that made me mad about the movie is the Ben Grimm's ex-wife who dumps him in the movie is Andrea from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It failed to piss me off again, just like she did in the show.
Bro. I saw it today, actually.
Yes,
I was doing the
yes.
overview stuff. I was like, wait,
Dude, I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. It's Andrea.
Compliment to piss you off again.
Yes, just like she did in the show. But
This sucks.
but I mean, it's just definitely made for its time, but also not done well. Just like a lot of the flaws you can see in some of the Fox X-Men movies. It's definitely, I mean, I think X-Men and X2 are a lot better than Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it has a lot of those elements, style of the X-Men movies. Like
cast
Fox did
carries,
that time.
though.
The cast carries.
Yeah,
they
they
do what
carry.
they can. I would love to see these cast members come back for Secret Wars. I mean, Chris Evans has done so in some way for Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'd love to see these come back. I mean, I thought they did a great job, in some capacity. And we'll get into more of what happens in their next one next time, because Rise of Silver Surfer definitely will be interesting to watch, because First Steps will almost have a very similar story to what they are trying to do, or the same concept.
True.
As much. But anything else you want to add to that?
I think we're pretty on point for
So Fantastic Four 2005. I mean, I nostalgia and the cast, I mean, carries that for me. And outside of that, very, very little things that really hold weight to the quality of that movie for me. I mean, it just product of its time, and my love for the characters, the cast, and everything. That's what really holds it for me. Other than that, it's kind of falls flat. And I'm hoping that they can do Doctor Doom right for this one. So I'm glad they're not doing Doctor Doom. I mean, they need to do Doctor Doom because they're doing it so quickly. From Doomsday, being Fantastic Four is so important, which I think, here's a question. I'm kind of rambling on here. Do you think we will see Doctor Doom, like Cage said in credit scene, do you think he will come from their universe, one, or we'll see him in some capacity, in credit scene, whatever, in First Steps?
I think we'll see him in First Steps. I don't know what, and I think they'll recognize him. I think he's there, Victor Von Doom. I just don't know how that happens, whether it's like he comes at the end and they're like, Victor, you know what I mean? Like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. But we don't have the element of surprise as Tony Stark. You know what I mean?
It's very interesting to me because you're doing Doctor Doom And it'd be very interesting if he wasn't from their universe and he comes into Doomsday, because the rivalry of Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom is so large and such a central storyline.
Right. So
that would be weird for this Reed Richards to have not interacted with a Doom and then come and face with Doom, and then him be like the two forces coming, because they wouldn't have had a built up rivalry with each other.
It'd make more sense for him to know that way, because with the credit scene, the Thunderbolts of them coming into their world to let them know, they need to let them know. We need that.
Thanos is coming.
Yeah, Thanos is coming.
I mean, people are still making observations that we're not entirely sure that's their ship. I mean, the ship at the end of Thunderbolts has the four.
What if it's Doom?
Four is
what if
Doom.
Doom hijacked it, bro?
So they're saying that the end credit scene for Thunderbolts, their ships has four stands feet on the end of it, and the one in the trailers for the trailers have three.
That'd be a Marvel move.
So it'd be And so a lot of people, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens, because the stakes are definitely at an all-time high with Galactus. In this one, but then you have Doom right around the corner too, and so I mean, anything can happen.
I do think it is. I think to you saying that, I could add like it's got to be him.
Now that you're saying it, you think it's got to be him?
I think it's gonna be him.
Imagine if they don't know what it is. Well, nobody knows who the Fantastic Four is, and so they don't know that. They wouldn't know. Anybody could come out of that ship and then think they don't know what the Four means or whatever. But it'd be a surprise to us. That's like.
Would you rather, obviously we had predictions of Fantastic Four showing up and then kind of having a quick fight scene with either the Thunderbolts or the real Avengers. Would you rather have that as Doctor Doom, and then what if Doctor Doom just straight up ends Thunderbolts? Then they're just clapped. Someone's just getting ended like that. Like, what if it is Doctor Doom?
Kang. That's what we talked about.
Kang will be sick.
I hope it's Kang.
I want to see Kang again.
He has to have a Thanos moment with the Asgardians and Hulk, but multiply for him.
Yes, we need to see Kang again.
They got to have an opening like that. I mean, it's got to be what it is. It's got to be like Doom has to have a scene that's like Tony Stark's vision in Ultron, where all the heroes are just like lying dead over there, and it was like what Cap said, like, you should have like saved us or something like that, and it's like there's got to be something with like the variants.
I wouldn't be mad if it was Doom and he ends up just offing one of the. I wanted to say Thunderbolts. Like, would you be mad if he just offed all the Thunderbolts besides Sentry? I guess obviously, because I'd feel like if one character had to make it out of there, it'd be Sentry.
I mean, I feel like you gotta have some weight. You gotta have some weight to the death. To make it really show an impact and show his power.
For all those, for the characters being
Thanos,
who they are.
Like Thanos did to Loki. And so you got to have something like that. And so it's
fair. I don't know who it would be though.
It's crazy, man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, bro. I don't know what it's going to be. I feel like with all the predictions that we've said, I still feel like it's going to be wrong. Can you imagine all the predictions we've said?
Just like Endgame. I mean,
just like Endgame. Everything we've said is still going to be something different. So I'm still like in my head like, oh, nah, it's going to be something else. Other than that,
You said you wanted to add one more thing?
Close us out, and then I'll add it after, and you'll know why.
Okay. So that will wrap, a little bit of a recap for Fantastic Four 2005, and then we kind of went on a tangent of everything, which I think we will every time we do one of these, because it's different aspects of these movies bring out what we hope happens in this one and then carries over into the MCU and everything. And so, I mean, you can tell from since we started this pod, and then every time as it gets closer and closer, the talks start ramping up and we get more and more excited. So Fantastic Four First Steps coming out less than a month. We can't wait for that. So catch us next couple times. We'll be doing the next Fantastic Four movie, Fan Four Stick, and then ending off with Fantastic Four First Steps in front of the theater like we did for Thunderbolts. And so be sure to check that out.
Just as long as we're all in agreement.
I'm feeling like the villain, now I'm back, I kill it still. Just like the Joker, boy, I kill around just for the thrill. I got 2 guns up on my hip, I shoot 'em like I'm Quill. I'm in a soldier in the cut, so I don't